Hi, and welcome to the Raw, Real, and Rebelicious podcast. My name is Michelle Rebel Coops, and as a personal branding coach, I guide and mentor high-achieving professionals and entrepreneurs to liberate themselves from the invisible shackles that keep them from expressing themselves authentically and unapologetically in work, life, and even love. I believe we can all become our own powerhouse and become true leaders of our lives. So let's explore how you can become who you're meant to be. A free, radiant, joyful, and juicy creature of love who takes charge like a true leader does. There is this saying, and I'm pretty sure that you've heard of it. And it says, put your money where your mouth is. And what the saying basically teaches us is that we got to do what we say. I mean, otherwise you're just a lot of talk, but no walking. But I'd like to suggest that there's actually a truth to the opposite. And what I'm referring to is when you change two words in the sentence. Put your mouth where your money is. Now let's take a look at that. What does that mean? Because it's a rule that I've been living by actually for a couple of years now, and it's been teaching me a lot. For me, it kind of works this way. When I know that I've put my money into something, I've invested in something big, then I will make sure that I will make that money back. So why is that? Well, money is generally quite a big driver. Now, it seems like something external and it seems like something yucky and something bad. But I mean this in the most positive way. When we just look at it, then money, apart from the fact that it's gotten a really nasty meaning in this society, and a lot of people feel that the money is the root of all evil. But the question is it really? Or is that just the way that we look at it? What is your money mindset here? In the end, money is like energy. It's an exchange of energy, an exchange of value. So I give you something of value and you give me money in return, or the other way around, I put my money into something and I get value back. But what I've learned, at least for me, is that when I put my money into something and it's quite a big number, I will value that even greater. And I have to justify to myself that, this has been worth the money, so I will put great value on that investment. It's a thing that we do, it's a thing that we do as human beings. When we spend a lot of money, we tend to justify that it's even more valuable than perhaps something that was less money. That's how we are okay with the investment that we made. But the great part of that is that this way we will actually put our effort in it. If I really put my money into something, I will, like I said before, I will make sure that I will make it back and that it's definitely worth it, that the money is not wasted, that the energy has not gone to waste. If I believe that I've worked so hard for that money, I've put my love and my energy in my clients, they've given me that energy back through money, then I do want to make sure that that love that I've received back, because it's an exchange, it's an exchange. I will make sure that I will invest that in the best way possible so that I can grow. And I find that a very, very interesting thing in where do we really put our money? What do we invest in? And how does that actually, by investing, how does that steer our actions? Usually for me, that has worked that way. Sometimes I would not yet feel entirely ready to take a certain step, but I just put my money in it, so then my mouth would follow. Let me give you an example. It was actually 2017. It was May 2017, and I remember I was in this big, huge London conference room, and I was taking part in a 4-day training, and on the second day, I think it was the second day, I'm not even sure, we were invited to consider stepping up to the next level. It was it was just an upsell, obviously. Now, you can think of those kind of American systems where you have to, buy into next levels. You can think of it what you want. But generally, you do get a lot of value for that. And in this case, I was invited to invest in my own speaking career. Now, this was not just a couple of €1,000. This was actually at least 13,000 at that moment. And a little while later, 9 months later, I even decided to upgrade. I think that in total with the primary course, with the first course that I bought with that company, I invested at least 25,000 with them into my speaking career. It's quite a lot of money. And a lot of people will say, but why don't you just, find someone close by, and, it won't be as much money and it won't be as much effort. And I was like, yeah, but, because it is quite a lot of effort, and because it's such a scary thing to actually dive into, because, fucking hell, it was very scary. Because of that, I definitely made sure that I would make back the money. And that's how I put all my energy into that. My money went first, and I made dead sure that I would make this investment worthwhile. It was the jump start of what I now see is my current, in whatever I do, it's very much about exposing yourself in the best way possible. And it's about being confident, being real, showing yourself in the most genuine way ever. And I would not have been able to do that if it weren't for my money and investing that in myself. It was such a valuable lesson, to be like, oh shit, that was a shitload of money. What if I do not want to see that go to waste. And it really was an important lesson for me. So now, sometimes, I meet people and they question certain investments or rates, or they will be like, yeah, but I don't want it to cost that much money. I don't want to invest that much. It can be cheaper. And the question is, why would you want to double down on pricing if it's about an investment in yourself? I mean, if you believe that you're worth 100% of the money, then the money shouldn't even really matter. Now, I want to give you another example of what made me realize this and how I felt that I was almost about to not value myself enough. So recently, I was in Prague, and I actually met a wonderful woman a teacher, definitely one of the teachers on my path. She offered to do a ceremony with me. And it was basically not just a ceremony, but it was an initiation. And it was very much about me owning my power, owning my place in this world, and developing new skills. It turned out to be a very personalized training, actually, almost like an individual 7-hour coaching session with ceremony and ritual and all of that. That is one-to-one time I got with her, and one-to-one time she can only spend that once. This is time in her life that she's never getting back. And she decided to invest that with me. Now, she gave me an option in terms of payment, and she set that up front. So she gave me 2 numbers, one being the lowest, one being the highest, and she invited me to just feel into what number in between those numbers felt right for me. And the first thing that I did when she offered me this opportunity is that I said, you know what? Let's go halfway, It's not the lowest, it's not the highest. Let's go halfway. It was a very, very interesting decision. I mean, usually I do know that a lot of people will be like, yeah, but if I get the option, maybe I will just go for the lowest number so that I won't have to so I won't have to lose more money. But the funny thing is that, it actually, research has shown that most people, when they get three options, they go for the middle one. And I was like, do I really want to be like that? Do I really want to go for the middle option and be average? God, that was such an insight. Really, during the ceremony, I was actually thinking, like, do I really want to go for the amount in the middle and just be that in the middle person? Fuck no. I believe in myself. I believe that I am worth every penny. I know that this investment is going to bring me more than just the money. And, it's going to bring me so much empowerment. There is no value in that. There's no number that's going to, there's no number that's going to ever compare to the value that I've gotten. And I realized in that moment that if I believe that I'm really fully worth everything and that I'm unlimited potential, then why would I not give 100%? She was giving 100% to me as my priestess, as my coach, as my mentor in that moment. She gave herself 100%. Why would I not give myself 100% in terms of my money as well? And that's what I decided to do. I decided to actually go for the 100%. That's what I told her. I'm not going to go for the number in between. I'm going to go for the highest because I am worth it. Not just because she's worth it, because she's worth even more, because I'm worth it. Because I believe that I deserve to invest 100% in myself. So I believe that we all need to ask ourselves that question. Am I worth it? Not necessarily, is the product worth it? Or is that investment, that training in myself, is that worth that money? But am I worth it? And of course, you can still ask yourself if it's aligned at this time. Sometimes it's not. But I love that one of my clients, she actually went through a lot of trouble to make sure that she could borrow that money to work with me one-to-one, because she knew that she's going to make it back. She knows that she is worth every penny. And if she's willing to gamble on herself, and it's not even a gamble, but if she is, trusting enough to invest in herself, then I know that she's going to make back the money, because she's putting her mouth where her money is. She invested the money and now she's going to make it happen. So my question to you is then, how are you investing in yourself? And this is not just about money. Don't get me wrong. This is about energy. This is about the effort that you put into yourself, the time you put into yourself, the energy you put into yourself, the love that you give yourself. Because if you're not giving it to yourself, how can you expect others to do that? For example, if you want to negotiate a price for a training or for something, or like a service that you want to get, what if your attempt to lower the price and to negotiate is only a sign that apparently you don't value yourself enough? Because that's what it feels like for me. If a client would tell me, but this is too much money, and if they believe that they cannot make back that money, then why would I need to lower my price and basically invest in them if they're not even sure that they're going to make it back? And that's a whole other way of thinking. If you really believe in yourself and if you really believe in your capabilities, in your potential, in your message, in that gift that you have for this world, then I would definitely say make sure that you show this in your actions. And it's basically, you put your money where your mouth is, but you also make sure that by investing your money, the action will follow as well. Know that there is a tremendous power in investing in yourself, and actually doing the work after. And if you decide to give it 100%, then you will get 100% back for sure. I hope that this helps. Ciao. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you're hungry for more, please check out my Brand Rebel app in the App Store or the Play Store. Just simply type in "Be a Brand Rebel" and you will find it instantly. It's free and it's fun. For now, have a magical day. Stay raw, stay real, and stay rebelicious.